everybody, and welcome to Mego Museum's Vintage Mego, where we celebrate the golden age of toys from my favorite toy company, Mego. For the first episode of 2022, I thought we'd tackle a big one. I mean that both literally and figuratively, as we will be discussing what I consider the apex of the world's greatest superhero line, and in some ways its swan song, the Batman Wayne Foundation playset. So let's give the backstory. Batman for Mego was the evergreen character. One of the most appealing things about the Caped Crusader was the ability to sell ancillary products around him. His villains sold well, he had a beloved sidekick, but more importantly, he had a non-stop array of vehicles with the word Bat in front of them. He even had a super cool hideout. This was all likely due to his popularity on the newsstands and, more importantly, on television, where not only were the reruns of the 1966 live-action series heavily in syndication, but also his Filmation animated show. Also, by 1977, you could find him on two separate Saturday morning shows, one on CBS and one on ABC. You just can't buy that kind of publicity. Gen X kids were very aware of Batman's presence. One of the most telling things about Batman is the Mego catalogs. Batman, Robin, and the Bat vehicles were staples from around 1973 until around 1980. So for the 1977 assortment, it seemed wise that Mego would try to add something new that tagged on to one of their most popular selling superhero characters. However, Mego had already made a playset based on the Batcave, which they sold for around 2 years. So what other playset could Batman possibly need?
The Joker, holy cow!
It's Batman, sold separately, and the Wayne Foundation, a crime-fighting lab. Assembly required. The top floor is Batman's penthouse.
Bring it down!
The elevator takes Batman past the computer station, down to the communications center. There's a Batman trophy room, working elevator, and a bookcase with secret hiding compartment.
Where'd he go? That's the secret.
Batman's Wayne Foundation comes with all accessories shown. Batman figure sold separately by Mego.
Well, that answer would come from the comics themselves. The Wayne Foundation was the product of the Neal Adams, Denny O'Neil era in the Batman comics. This was a period where they decamped Batman from the 66 show and stripped him right back to being the Dark Knight detective. With Robin out of the way and safely in college, Bruce Wayne decided to leave Wayne Manor behind and the Batcave and have Batman's new headquarters be downtown Gotham in the Wayne Foundation building. Bruce would live in the penthouse, and unbeknownst to the staff working in the offices, there were secret rooms and laboratories in the building, including a parking space for the Batmobile, of course. The implementation of this new headquarters gave Mego the perfect opportunity to create a new playset. And they didn't go the standard vinyl carrying case as they had before. They aimed high and built an actual skyscraper using the same systems made popular by doll houses, or dream houses, if you will. Even the early prototype shots of the Mego Wayne Foundation seemed to have some comic book elements, such as the gardens. These features would not make it into the production stages, but they are very interesting. For the exquisite packaging and decor for the set, Mego wisely tapped Neal Adams and Continuity Studios to do the work. Who better to design a Batman playset than the guy who knows it best? As a result, the Wayne Foundation is loaded with oodles of fun Easter eggs. Let's go through a few, shall we? The first thing I want to point out is that all the equipment is labeled, and there is even an atomic pile. These are direct nods to the 1966 Adam West television series. Longtime staples of the Batcave, the dinosaur and the giant penny, make a cameo, and characters such as Batmite, Man-Bat, and even a nod to the Mad Hatter, all of which did not receive the Mego treatment. The Bat Plane and the Bat Boat make a cameo in the hangar, as well as the Bat Cycle, which is a little awkward if you already had one. The box for the Wayne Foundation was also done by Neal Adams and features on one side a striking image of Batman and Robin swinging out from the building. This artwork was so great that it showed up again on late 70s 12-inch Batman and Robin packaging. The Wayne Foundation retailed for around $18 and was featured in the 1977 Montgomery Ward's catalog. Placement in a catalog such as this was likely the impetus for this set's creation. This 4-floor set comes with a lot of plastic accessories as well. A Bat computer featuring cameos from the Joker, Riddler, Lex Luthor, and Gold from the Metal Men. The center image is yet another appearance of the Superman and the Avengers shot from the previously released Comic Action Heroes Fortress of Solitude set. But now Hawkeye has been replaced with Green Arrow, and Quicksilver has been redrawn as Green Lantern. There is a bookcase with a secret compartment, so Batman can make a quick change, or I guess hide. There is a video conference table. Batman was really ahead of this time. There are 4 chairs for the set. I seem to be missing a couple of mine. This is probably due to my traumatic move a few years ago. They are kicking around here. There is a trophy case. And lastly, a working elevator, which is a little tough to make work, but you had to wonder if the employees at the Wayne Foundation found it questionable that there was a distinct bat theme to their elevator. One of the most commonly missing items is the bat hook used on the end of the string to make the elevator work. I am in need of one if anyone has one for sale. This wonderful set has spaces for the Batmobile, Bat Cycle, and even a landing pad for the Batcopter. And the size would allow you to bring the entire Justice League in if need be. And it truly represents the zenith of the world's greatest superheroes toy line for Mego. Just wanted to take a moment to mention that my newest book, Knockoffs, Totally Unauthorized Action Figures, is now available. It's a celebration of the bootleg action figure over the decades. Knockoffs is loaded with all your favorite brands and characters if they came from the Bizarro universe. Hundreds of color photographs. This 132-page book also talks about the burgeoning bootleg toy art scene with interviews and portfolios of some of the top artists in the field. If you liked Rack Toys or Toy Ventures magazine, please consider checking out my new book. Links to my shop are in the description. Thanks for watching. The 1977 World's Greatest Superhero offering would have 4 new characters in the form of the Teen Titans. We'll do a show on them soon. And the Wayne Foundation. A year later, Mego would begin to switch gears away from the 8-inch superheroes to focus on new scales and formats. By 1978, the World's Greatest Superhero offering would start to decline, with Aquaman and the Great White Shark set being the last new item offered. By 1979, the Wayne Foundation would be discontinued, and the World's Greatest Superhero offering would be down to a mere 2 pages in the Mego catalog. This is why I view the Wayne Foundation as sort of the last hurrah for the series. They truly went out with a big bang. This giant playset is a total marvel, forgive the pun, of the 1970s. On the secondary market, it's pricey to find this complete, and it is always missing pieces because it had so very many, particularly the little clips. It's not known if the Wayne Foundation was offered in any other country but the United States. I certainly haven't run into any in Canada, and I doubt very much it was offered in Europe. If you do have room to display this piece, it will become the centerpiece of your collection. It's just so big and colorful, it gets you every time. I'm really glad I did this episode because I haven't actually been able to display my Wayne Foundation setup in nearly 20 years. It's been sitting on a box on the floor, and well, I've kind of missed it. And it was nice to revisit this set and just look how beautiful it is. It was always a high point in collecting for me. When I started collecting Mego in the 80s, getting one of these was a huge deal to me. And I remember just being in awe of its size. It was the thing I saw in the Heroes World ads that I wanted, but of course it just wasn't available in my area. What are your thoughts on the Wayne Foundation? Is this a must-have? Did you have it as a kid? Let me know in the comments below. You can hit me up in our Facebook group, Mego Mania, where there's 7,000 other Mego fans willing to talk about the Wayne Foundation. Or you can always hit me up at the trusty, reliable forums at megomuseum.com. It's a wonderful break from memes. That's it for this week. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you are new to this, please consider hitting like and subscribe. I do vintage toys every week. Until next time, be well and talk toys, not others. Cheers.